Hello, 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 beautiful beings. This is Katerina Satori coming to you from beautiful Laguna Beach. And as usual, I will wait a few seconds to see who will join, who will spend this time with me. Beautiful. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, Ravi, Dana, Holly, Tony T. Garden. Welcome, you guys. Brady, Gabriel, I'm gonna... Good morning, you guys. Justin, it's been a while, right? It's been like 3 or 4 days. I feel like I have not seen you guys for weeks. So I'm actually having brunch with a friend of mine, and he said, oh, we're stuck in traffic with 2 friends of mine. We're stuck in traffic, half an hour extra. And I said, great. That gives me perfect window for a live stream. So it's all divine, you guys. Everything is here to help us, right? So I am feeling the spring. The spring is coming. And as I promised you guys, oh, Tara, hello, goddess. Hello, hello. As I promised you guys, I feel strongly this transmission on sovereignty coming through. And my vision to create kind of like the series of transmissions of what I see is the key to sovereignty. And there is also a book in me, you guys, The Path to Sovereignty or something like of that sort. And I feel it's going to be born through transmissions like this. And I have a powerful team. One of my team is Oliver Wade. I'm going to sing him praises right now, you guys. This is the person who is super gifted at copywriting. And he's been helping me with the copy for my website. And so if you need a really, really good copywriter who can capture your soul codes and translate them into a digestible story full of emotional depth and experiences that you went through, I recommend Oliver. So Oliver will be the one who will be helping me with my book, I feel, because it's like the best, you know, like when you know what works for you, you just create constantly, right? In alignment with your sovereign gifts, which is the topic for this transmission. I'm going to wait a few more seconds, you guys, because I see a lot of people joining and we're going to start. So this is just I'll give you one key. Imagine like every key is like a key to a safe, and that safe is your sovereignty, right? Your powerful sovereignty point. And somebody asked me the other day a question about what is that do I mean by sovereignty? And I had a conversation with Yvonne de la Flor, who is a powerful ally with whom I am leading initiation retreats this year. And she said, Katerina, the word sovereignty is the same in every language. Every language has that word, you guys. Isn't it interesting? And to me, sovereignty is being under no king, being under no ruler, being the conscious creator of your own life, creating your own economy, creating your own magic, living boldly, unapologetically, you know, literally emanating, radiating everything from yourself, from within, without external dependence. And I'm going to go deeper and deeper into that. But you guys, I kind of like that whole wave of sovereignty transmission started coming to me. And I even call myself sovereignty mentor, right? Because that's the dream. That's the vision for me. Is my mission is here to liberate souls towards embodying their full sovereignty. This is the mission. When I wake up in the morning, you guys, I reaffirm that mission. When I plan every month of my year, right? This morning, I got up and I planned out March from energetic perspective. What do I desire to create? What do I desire to manifest? What is the theme for this month? And I see everything through the eyes of one single mission. And my mission is to liberate souls towards embodying their sovereignty, right? And you guys, it's so powerful when you connect it to the simplicity and to the power of your mission, then you see everything through the lenses of that mission. And to me, to empower others to sovereignty is the biggest legacy that I'm here to create. You know, that you don't need a guru, you don't need a teacher. Once you unlock the inner sanctuary of your heart, once you cultivate the spiritual garden, once you build that garden, once you learn how to unlock your gifts, develop them, and bring them to the world as a gift, as a contribution. So you guys, sovereignty to me is really powerful. I see a lot of women, I see a lot of men, and I see the gift if we have the turbulence in the external world, if the economy goes to crap, right? If, you know, all this instability, I see it as a powerful gift of initiation into our own sovereignty. When the rug is being pulled from underneath your feet, see it as a huge blessing, because you're being trained in ultimate self-reliance, in ultimate self-sufficiency. You're not here to wait for a handout from the universe like a beggar on the street. You're here to remember your true power, your true sovereignty, your true wisdom, your true wealth of your inner world, and you start cultivating and developing it. So the premise number one, you guys, why I'm so passionate about this, it's because sovereignty is our birthright. Just like love is our birthright, just like self-worth is our birthright. That is the gift that we are being given from simply through coming through the birth canal and becoming and getting this bodysuit, this astronaut suit, right, of the body. Sovereignty comes with the package. Does it mean that we remember sovereignty? Doesn't mean that we automatically step into sovereignty? No. It's almost like, you guys, the diamond that covered in a ton of dirt, right? We gotta get rid of the dirt to reach the diamond, but the diamond is there all the time. So sovereignty is your soul's inheritance. Nobody can take away that from you except you believing that you don't have a choice, believing that you don't have a choice. So key principle right there, you guys. When the moment you believe you don't have a choice, you give away your birthright. You forget that birthright. How you can remember? Remembering you always have a choice. You always have a choice. So sovereignty is our birthright, you guys. It comes with it. We, through the process of maturity, and by taking hero's journey, the archetypal hero's journey, we're walking towards our full embodiment of sovereignty. Going from intellectual idea, spiritual knowing, to embodying it in our reality. You see, you guys, that's the journey. That's the journey. So the first one, the first key to sovereignty, by giving you this beautiful introduction, right? Extensive introduction. The first key to sovereignty, you guys, and it's kind of like twofold. It's like two sides of the same coin. First one is to know your gifts. To know your gifts. And the second side of the same coin is to trust your gifts. To know your gifts is one side, to trust your gifts is the other side. Usually when we have a challenge with embodying our sovereignty and our ability to be the creator of our own reality, it's because one side is missing. We either don't know our true gifts, so we believe everybody else's idea of how we need to be, what we need to do, how much money we're allowed to have, right? Know your gifts. And then the second one, when we may know our gifts, we don't trust them. So we tiptoe around them and we listen to the mind and we create from the logic, we mistrust intuition. And our creative gifts are born from this deep, intuitive, almost highly feminine creative space, right? The mind has always been designed to be the servant of the heart. So when we learn to trust our heart, we learn to trust our gifts, you guys. So that's the first key to sovereignty, is to know your gifts and to trust your gifts. This is one of the reasons why I am completely and utterly obsessed my entire life with different systems, tools, transformational transformational processes that help you know your gifts, that help you unlock your gifts. Things like gene keys, human design, astrology, numerology, Chinese horoscope. What else we've got, you guys? Family constellations, you name it. I'm like a sponge. I go and I study all these systems because each one gives me one extra understandings of my true power, of my true gifts, of my true soul's mission. You see what I mean, you guys? So it's really, really powerful. I encourage you to become this ferocious learner of your gifts, asking people, hey, what are my gifts? How do you see me? Becoming curious, learning to listen to what people compliment you for, and instead of deflecting it, oh, it's okay, this old thing, oh, that's easy, oh, that's not a gift at all. Instead of doing that, you are becoming like a curious explorer of your own gifts, and learning to trust them, you guys. It's very, very powerful, right? Learning to trust them. When I show up on the live stream, I usually 9 out of 10, I have a very vague idea of what I'm going to speak about, you guys. I just trust my channel. I trust to whatever comes through. My job is to stay relaxed, to stay connected to the body, connected to you guys, right? And literally trust my gift. But in the past, you guys, the more I would worry, the more I would get out of my center, out of my balance, then the transmission gets choppy because I would not trust my gifts in the moment. So know your gifts, trust your gifts, and then, of course, a lifelong commitment to developing your gifts, to a life mastery, right? World-class mastery. So this is number one key to sovereignty, you guys. It's through the full development of your gifts and turning them into a powerful skills, right? Developing your own systems of transformation, your own systems of service. You create your own economy. You create your own contribution that is immune to whatever is going on in the world, because you create your own economy, you guys. And this is something so powerful. I'm deeply passionate about it because I would never want to give away my power to the government and depend on some kind of, external situation that's happening. I am here as a sovereign creator who designs her life through the courage, commitment to mastery, and devotional service to humanity. So that's another thing, you guys. When you know your gift, you trust your gift, you develop your gift, and then you simply devote yourself to the world. Devote yourself like, who comes to mind? Sufi teachers and all the teachings of ecstatics, where you witness a person like in a full devotion of spirit, right? Either dancing or singing for hours or chanting. What if we bring that level of devotion to the business, to our service, to whatever we do in the world as our full expression of gift, that every day you live, you give your gift fully, without apology, without shrinking, without deflecting, without minimizing. You give it all, like you outpour your cup into the world. And you become unforgettable, because when you witness somebody in the full expression of their gifts, it's a very hypnotic experience. Whenever I go, you guys, one of my favorite things to do is to go and see beautiful dance performances. It could be a modern dance, it could be a ballet, it could be anything where you can see a human body at such point of mastery. And one of my favorite things to do, you guys, is just to look at the audience and to see people being in trance. Why do you think it's so enchanting? Because it's very difficult not to be moved to the core of your soul when you see somebody fully expressed and devotional in the mastery. I invite all of us to learn something from that and bring our gifts to that level of devotion, to that level of profound generosity of spirit. That you're not only going extra mile, that's just who you are. You are the extra mile. You know what I mean? That's just who you are. So let's see, you guys. Let me take a look at your comments. Yeah, so basically that's the first key. That's the first key, is the more you know your gifts and the more you trust them, you are building a life that is independent of anything that's happening around you. You learn to live in harmony with your environment, like Tao Te Ching teaches us. I love Lao Tzu, you guys. It's one of my favorite teachers. You learn to live in harmony with your environments, right? And you're not dependent on the government, on the rules, on the policies, on the economy. You create your own economy. You create your own world. And that is beautiful. And yes, it may take some of you and some of us longer and more difficult and with a lot more trials and initiations. And looking back at your life, you're either going to look back and say, I gave it all. And I spent 4 decades of my life developing my mastery. And now I'm looking back at my path and I am so satisfied with my journey because I'm a sovereign creator. Or you're looking back at your life with the deep sense of betrayal of your soul. You had all these opportunities, all these signs, all these guides, all these teachers, and you chose to conform. You chose to believe that there is a power outside of you. You don't have a choice, that you have to be like a status quo. You cannot stand out. You have to blend in. Every choice we make is an investment in 2 things, you guys. Fear of freedom. Fear of freedom. So when you decide to choose sovereignty, you will be required to be visible. You'll be required to stand out. You'll be required to be unorthodox in your expression, to blur the lines of what is expected from you from others. You cannot hide and be sovereign. Forget it. If you want to hide, then from hiding, very little will be developed. But you guys not like that. I know it. If you're tuning in, if you're drawn to this topic, there's something in you is ready to unlock. So what I encourage you right now, really just tune into your heart and ask, what would my life look like if I really trusted my gifts? What would my life look like if I really trusted my gifts? What would I create? What would I offer into the world? Where would I live? Who would I be with? If I only trust my gifts, if I know what they are. Because guys, another point towards sovereignty is sovereignty without self-worth is impossible. So there is this archetypal journey from poverty to wealth. Why do you think people who inherit wealth usually struggle the most to maintain it or to keep it? Right? So the archetypal journey from poverty to wealth is an incredible gift because it directly corresponds to your lack of self-worth, to fully embodying your self-worth, who you are, what you're willing to receive, what you're willing to feel and to experience. So sovereignty, the foundation of sovereignty is self-worth, you guys. Self-worth. How does it show up? Where you ask for what you really desire, not for what you think you can get. So it all comes down to self-worth. If we reel back it even more, self-love. What is the fundamentals of self-love? You guys, I upgraded self-love experience to passionate self-love. So a day goes by and I ask myself, okay, what are the very precise, specific examples today that I showed myself passionate self-love? Is it how I adore myself? Is it the quality of my time with myself? Is it how I communicate internally with myself, with self-compassion, gentleness, loving acceptance, humor? So you guys, you see how it works. So self-love is a foundation, right? That self-worth is built on self-love. Self-worth is your springboard towards your ability to really ask for what you truly desire, and then your ability to receive it. Almost like passionate self-love is the trunk of the tree, right? And then we have all these branches. But it all comes down to know yourself, know your gifts. And this is the reason, you guys, when I get a reading, I get some kind of a transformational work done, I want to share with you. You know what I mean? And I seriously see myself, I am the highest investment, what is it called? Like knowing myself is what I invest the most in and will continue investing for the rest of my life here, because there is so many layers you can uncover. The more you know yourself, the more you know the gifts that you bring, and the more you trust them. So that's, you guys, just a little bit of it's a sovereignty key number one. Sovereignty key number one. I see your comments. You're welcome, Teresa. Katerina, this is a beautiful message. And you remember, my darlings, sovereignty is your birthright. The main thing is, don't compare your pace, don't compare your journey to anybody else. As long as you call sovereignty as a northern star, that's where you're heading, and beginning to affirm and declare, using the power of your language, declaring to the world, I am a sovereign being and I love my gifts. I trust my gifts. You guys, the fastest way to reprogram or deprogram your subconscious mind is through language, right? I bring the whole different approach to affirmations. When I speak affirmations, they're like declarations to the world, where every cell of my being rings with this certainty with what I'm saying. I say, I am a sovereign creator. I love my soul gifts. I trust them. I honor them. I'm committed to developing them. And first, you choose to see yourself as a sovereign creator. And then you make that connection with your soul, right? And your soul says, wow, an invitation for more embodiment into this being. Your soul begins to descend into you in a way, right? And see yourself first. Whatever you desire to develop, amplify, bring forward, you gotta see yourself like that already. See that consciousness being flowering in you as a sovereign creator, sovereign leader. And also know that initiations will come, tests will come, trials will come, because that diamond not gonna get polished by sitting in the little cave, right? That diamond has to be heated up, has to be put under pressure, put under the light, in order for all that dirt and all that stuff wash away or cleared away, and the true essence of your soul can shine brilliantly. Wow, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. More soon. I was a little bit in my cocoon, my creative cocoon and my cave. Now I have 15 minutes to get to my brunch place, but I I will bring more these sovereignty transmissions to you, and a few announcements are on the way as well. But I wanted to leave you with that. Leave you with that today. See yourself and then declare into the world what are your gifts, and then respond to what life will brings you. No matter what it is, respond with open heart. Whether it's a test, a blessing, initiation, a teacher, a lesson, a book, see everything as a part of helping you towards your true sovereignty. Thank you so much for all these beautiful hearts, you guys. I really, really appreciate you. And if you find the value in this video, I always encourage you to share it with others. You never know how deeply you can touch others by being generous, and by being kind. Bless you, darlings, and I will see you very, very soon.